Good Monday morning. Today is a first alert weather day because we have some very strong wind gusts in the forecast. We'll talk about that more in a second. Right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. On to temperatures right now, as they are not nearly as cold as some of the temperatures we were dealing with just a couple weeks back, but still right around freezing, if not a little bit above freezing in the Kittitas Valley and the Yakima Valley. We're seeing temperatures mainly in the low 40s this morning in the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, and of course colder up in higher terrain of the Blues and Cascades. Winds this morning starting to pick up out of the south for the Blues. Just a little appetizer of some of the very strong wind gusts we'll have a little bit later today, and then especially into tomorrow morning. So for today, rain, snow, and thunderstorms, all likely, of course, snow being up in the higher elevations, and we'll have another day where we could end up in the 50s and 60s for the basin and foothills. And again, it is a first alert weather day from 8 p.m. this evening to 12 p.m. on Tuesday, specifically for White Pass and Sadish Pass, as some of those peak wind gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. But like I said, we have other impacts as well. We have rainfall, a lot of it, maybe a flooding potential, snow up in the mountains, and the risk for some thunderstorms for today. Lots to talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a family unable to return home after their house goes up in flames in Pasco. We'll let you know what we know so far.
And the Pasco Fire Department partaking in a long-standing tradition, calling on the community for help in pushing their brand new fire truck. With the details and a look at that tradition.
Also ahead, the deadline for federal workers to turn in what they did last week is just hours away. Some department heads telling their employees not to reply. Elon Musk saying not replying will be taken as resignation. We have that story on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, February 24th. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. And we want to start this morning with some new information actually coming in. A Pasco family unable to return to their home after a house fire broke out late last night.
And this happened on the 5700 block of Concord Drive just after 11:30 p.m. Fire crews from Pasco, Richland, and Franklin County Fire District 3 responded after witnesses reported seeing flames and smoke coming from the back porch. Police made sure everybody in the home and the house next door were out safely, and firefighters were able to put the fire out in less than 10 minutes, but the back of the home and areas inside suffered damages. We're also told that a dog inside the home during the fire was hurt and was taken to get treated. However, the people inside and firefighters were not hurt, and the American Red Cross was called in to help get the family housing assistance as well as basic necessities, and the cause is under investigation.
Traffic alert out of Yakima. Travelers headed westbound on I-82 near Selah should be prepared for some possible delays. Crews are still working to repair the damage from a crash that happened in the area last month. Our very own Emily Goodell tells us more.
It happened when a semi-truck spun out and crashed into the side of the bridge.
We determined that the damaged part was a truss, and that was a load-bearing piece. And so we needed to keep weights off of that section of the roadway.
The left lane of I-82 westbound shut down ever since.
The good news is the bridge was not in danger of collapsing, so we had a little bit of time to plan for the repair, figure out the best method on how we're going to do it, wait for a good weather window, and secure funding.
Repairs mean a short detour onto Selah Road for westbound I-82 drivers headed to Selah or Ellensburg.
People getting through that section, it's kind of a complicated web of roadways, right? But for the most part, signs will direct travelers through the work zone. They'll shift from I-82, they'll cross over, they'll go down this way, and then once they're out of this, they can either, the Jersey barrier will be open past the bridge, so they can either go into the right lane to continue on to Ellensburg here, or stay here and continue on to Selah. I want to note that interconnect or the bypass is going to be one lane in each direction. So westbound travelers can definitely expect congestion, especially during peak travel times as they're headed westbound either into Selah or continuing on to Ellensburg.
The cost of repairs estimated at $300,000, taken out of WSDOT's maintenance budget, with plans to recover that cost from the trucking company. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
And crews have already started on those repairs. The job's expected to take about 2 weeks. Turning now to Kennewick, it's official. Phase 1 of the Three Rivers Convention Center expansion is moving forward. The Kennewick City Council unanimously approved a resolution to proceed with the project. Now, this will be funded through a bond issued by the Public Facilities District and will not add any new taxes for taxpayers. Construction will start in March of this year, marking 12 years since an expansion was initially conceptualized. After construction is complete, the center will add a 60,000 square foot exhibit hall, 5,000 square feet of additional meeting rooms, and an extended lobby, as well as a new kitchen to their existing footprint.
So we are trying to become, the entertainment district. We've got this core of all these buildings, and we're looking, as our architect says, to create sticky architecture.
A new Marriott hotel will also be built, which will include 162 rooms. The new hotel is expected to break ground in April, and the entire project is scheduled to be finished in the fall of 2026.
In a health alert now, the Kittitas County Public Health Department is working closely with Ellensburg High School to address a confirmed case of whooping cough. And the case is associated with the school's cheer team. And the health department is recommending all cheerleaders and associated staff to get tested, especially if they're experiencing symptoms. Their goal is to stop the spread and protect the health of the team, staff, students, and the community. And all Ellensburg High School cheerleaders and associated staff should also contact their healthcare provider for a PCR test. Now, a long-standing tradition dating back to the 1800s involves firefighters pushing in their new truck to officially put it into service. And the Pasco Fire Department called on the community for a little help, and that's to push in the brand new fire engine, which weighs more than 50,000 pounds. And the new engine, a 2024 Pearson Forcer, was funded by taxpayer dollars and replaces an older model. Deputy Fire Chief Chris Mortensen says while this truck is a critical tool for firefighters, it ultimately belongs to the community.
What it demonstrates is a commitment to public safety and a recognition of public safety, not only between the city management staff, the firefighters, the city council, but seeing the investment in the within the community into public safety means a tremendous amount.
That older truck is now on reserve, ready to roll out if the new one ever needs maintenance, and a special moment for the Pasco Fire Department and the community working together to welcome this newest life-saving tool.
5:07 and still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We are just hours away from the deadline given by Elon Musk to federal workers to list their accomplishments from the last week or face potential termination. We have that story coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia. The new 2025 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid with all-wheel drive starts at just $32,335. Plus, get 5.99% interest for 72 months. Overturf Kia in Kennewick.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Hey Raptors, we want to rent these 2 chairs for the winter. We're kind of out on being cold this year.
Glad you dig it here, but this really isn't a vacation rental sort of place.
We hear ya, but what if we put on Raptor suits and then suddenly there are 4 of us? Yeah, we'll be your nieces, Layla and Kinley. I'm Kinley, the Raptor, and I love burgers.
I love it!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Not so sure we're gonna pull this off.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
You can do anything.
We're getting a glimpse of the future.
The Oscars.
Hosted by me, Conan O'Brien.
Sunday live on ABC and Hulu.
Kraken, Blues, pregame at 4:30, Tuesday on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now what you're looking at on your screen is a whole bunch of green. This is a flood warning that is in place for Umatilla County, but this is a glitch in the Barron. We have the Barron weather graphic software, and a glitch in here is that whenever there's a flood warning for one specific river, instead of highlighting the river, it just lights up the entire county. With that in mind, we have a flood warning in place for the Umatilla River near Gibbon, and so at 7 feet, flooding of pastures and outbuildings close to the river from around the Bar M Ranch downstream through the Cayuse area. So that would be the area that would be impacted by this flood warning. This runs until further notice, although it is of note that the river should fall below flood stage this afternoon. So that does it for the flood warning. We also have several wind advisories posted. Well, we have a high wind warning, we have a wind advisory, then a high wind watch. That's just outside of our viewing area. You can read more about these by downloading the First Alert weather app. Also, a winter storm warning, not on our side of the Cascades, but a winter weather advisory that is on our side of the Cascades. Lower elevations for today. It's going to be an interesting day. Temperatures getting up into the 30s and 40s. Rain and thunderstorm chances picking up, and wind gusts picking up. Some of the strongest winds being in the Basin, in the Cascades, also in the Blues and the Blue Foothills. And then for tonight, even stronger wind gusts, more widespread across the map. I'll tell you just how strong the wind gusts could be. I'll tell you how much rain and how much snow we're expecting. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 5:12, turning now to our national headlines, where we are just hours away until the deadline given by Elon Musk to federal workers to list their accomplishments from last week or face potential termination. The email with that ultimatum from Musk is causing chaos across the government, with some agencies, including the FBI, telling employees to ignore it for now. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the very latest.
Overnight, the Trump administration placed nearly all of USAID's 4,700 employees on paid administrative leave. A memo on the agency's website revealing 1,600 of those positions have now been terminated as part of a reduction in force, with exceptions made for mission-critical functions. It comes as confusion across the government reaches even the White House after an email was sent to millions of federal employees instructing them to answer the question, "What did you do last week?" by midnight tonight. The email sent Saturday by the Office of Personnel Management instructs workers to send 5 bullet points detailing their previous week's accomplishments. The message does not list any consequences for not replying, but Elon Musk saying failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Sources say even top officials at the White House were caught off guard by the ultimatum, but they issued no statement Sunday, not responding to requests for comment. The email comes after President Trump praised Musk and suggested he be more aggressive with spending cuts. But even some Republicans are questioning these tactics.
If I could say one thing to Elon Musk, it's like, please put a dose of compassion in this. These are real people. These are real lives.
On Sunday, Musk reposted this image of a list of 5 made-up accomplishments generated by artificial intelligence. Musk saying, quote, "That's all it would take for real." President Trump later reposted the image. Trump earlier posted this SpongeBob meme shared by Musk, mocking federal employees compiling their list. But now several agencies are telling workers to hold off on hitting reply. FBI Director Kash Patel ordering his workforce to pause any responses to the email. And leaders at the State Department and elsewhere saying no employee is obligated to report their activities outside of their department chain of command. The largest federal workers union reminding its members they cannot be fired without cause.
What they're doing is illegal. They cannot fire workers for not complying with this email. Elon Musk doesn't have the authority to do the things he's saying he's going to do.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Something we'll keep a close eye on. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It's 5:15, and when we come back, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth with what we can expect for the rest of the week. He has your full first alert forecast coming up after the break, giving you that live look outside this morning.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Those of us who've been around a while may remember the TV game show, The $50,000 Pyramid of Cash. Well, guess what? Legends Casino Hotel is presenting its own $50,000 pyramid every Thursday in February. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries for the drawings. You could be selected to roll the dice and climb each level to turn $1,000 into $50K. This is no pyramid scheme. Ouch. Yeah, we remember those too. So make like an Egyptian and play Pyramids of Cash in February.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
I'm in pursuit. He's never gonna make it.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Go after it, Red Wing. I'll catch up.
Because we help protect your dreams.
Good to see everything's okay in here.
I like your shield.
I like yours too. Hold down the fort, little man.
Bye, Cap.
American Family Insurance and see Captain America: Brave New World.
Traveling is so exciting, but you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax
and enjoy your flight.
It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day. Let's go ahead and step you through it. So by 8 this morning, we'll have snow showers that will return to the Cascades. Rain returns to the Blues. Then by 10 a.m., snow turns more likely in the Cascades. Shower chances start for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. By lunchtime, rain chances turn likely for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. We'll hold on to that through 2 p.m. Then by 4 p.m., rain chances turn likely for the Lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, with chances of thunder snow in the mountains and thunderstorm chances for lower elevations. Then for tonight, we'll start to transition back to snow in the Blues really after 4 p.m. Then by 8 p.m., much drier for lower elevations, with chances of thunderstorms and thunder snow going down across the map. Then after 10 p.m., rain chances grow likely again in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, and will sort of stay consistently like that through the overnight hours into the beginning of Tuesday. But then after 10 a.m., that's when we'll turn mostly dry again in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. And then after 4 p.m., so by the time we get to late Tuesday afternoon, early Tuesday night, snow chances finally go down significantly in the Cascades. And then after 10 p.m. into the wee hours of the morning on Wednesday, that's when we'll finally be completely dry across the map. And that's when we'll be done with this ordeal. One of the biggest impacts from this storm system is going to be the winds, specifically from 8 p.m. this evening to lunchtime tomorrow. They could gust upwards of 60, 70 miles per hour up in the Cascades. really just about as strong, maybe a little bit less strong, but 55, 60 miles per hour in the blue. So we could see some power outages. We could see very dangerous travel for high-profile vehicles, especially on US 97, on US Highway 2, and also for Interstate 84 and for Oregon 204. All right, let's talk about the snowfall real quick from this storm system, as we are expecting maybe 4 inches of snow up in the Cascades, 4 to 6 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass over the next 48 hours. Definitely not that much in the Blue Mountains. In terms of rainfall accumulations over the next 24 to 36 hours, maybe another 1.5 inches up in the Cascades, maybe another 1/2 inch in the Blues. And again, we'll watch to see what happens to the Umatilla River near Gibbon very closely, as there is that flood warning in place. Thankfully, again, like I said, we'll be done with this ordeal by the time we get to Wednesday. Another storm system we're tracking for this week, and it's not looking that impressive. High temperatures staying above average by about 5 to 10 degrees over the next 7 days. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain and storms likely today, drier but stronger winds Tuesday, then much calmer for the rest of the week. Then in Yakima, rain likely today, rain less likely tomorrow with wind gusts ramping up, then dry and mild for the rest of the work week. In Ellensburg, rain likely today, a 50-50 chance of rain on Tuesday with stronger winds, then calmer for the rest of the week. In Hermiston, rain and thunderstorms likely today, drier but gustier tomorrow, then a less active stretch for Wednesday and beyond. Then for Walla Walla, rain likely today, less likely but windier tomorrow, then mild and dry for the rest of the work week. Now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Spring clean for a cause. With fresh leadership, Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity store is ready to make an even bigger impact. Join us and Century 21, Piton Wealth, and PG Long for our Fill a Truck event on March 7th and 8th. Donate furniture, appliances, decor, anything to help furnish a home. And for every donation or purchase, you'll be entered to win a gift basket. Enjoy free fries, fun, and the chance to change lives. Visit the Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity store in Richland. Your donation builds homes.
It is Heart Health Awareness Month. Problem symptoms may include indigestion, heartburn, or extreme fatigue. There's more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
This newscast sponsored by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Welcome back. In your entertainment news this morning, the annual Screen Actors Guild Awards took place just last night in LA.
Yes, they did, and the SAG Awards honors the best in film and television.
We have a recap on the night's biggest winners, so take a look.
And the winner goes to
Conclave.
A film about intrigue, religion, and picking the next pope, Conclave won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture.
I think we're just smiling in our hearts that we've been selected to receive this wonderful award.
You cannot help seeing Conclave and not thinking of what happens when different tribes quarrel with each other, trying to decide on who is their leader.
Timothée Chalamet was named Best Actor in a Leading Role for playing Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown, and Demi Moore won Best Female Actor in a Leading Role for The Substance, adding another trophy to her mantle for this performance.
There's been beauty and joy in each moment. It's hard to say that there's any one that's better than the other. It's the whole that makes it the best.
Kieran Culkin continued his streak, winning the award for Best Supporting Actor in a Film for A Real Pain, with Zoe Saldana winning the Supporting Actress prize for her role in Emilia Perez. On the TV side of things, Shogun continued to show its strength this award season. It nabbed 3 awards, including Best Drama Series Ensemble. Plus, Anna Sawai won Best Actress in a Drama Series, while Hiroyuki Sanada was named Best Actor in a Drama Series.
We had a long rehearsal and boot camp, so we had a time to communicate before start shooting. So that experience created a good, teamwork.
Only Murders in the Building won the award for Best Comedy Series Ensemble, while Martin Short was named Best Actor in a Comedy Series for his role on the show. Jean Smart was named Best Actress in a Comedy Series for Hacks. It marks her 3rd SAG win for her role as stand-up comic Deborah Vance.
Fun.
I caught some of the clips on social media, and it was funny because Selena Gomez was like, "Oh, we never win for the show. They get nominated all the time.
All the time.
Win." Yeah.
And I love that show. Have you seen Only Murders
I've only
in the
seen
Building?
some of the first season.
I like Steve Martin from SNL days.
Oh, absolutely.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, it's a good one. All right, 5:27. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A lot of people seeking to recall the Yakima County coroner, and it started circulating some petitions, placing them at several businesses across the county. This is an effort to hold elected officials accountable.
And we have how many signatures are needed to move that process forward, and that's coming up in our next half hour. But first, let's check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a federal agency is turning off its EV chargers. The General Services Administration plans to shut down all its stations across the country, the agency deeming them not mission critical. It also wants to get rid of any newly purchased EVs. AT&T is rolling out a new payment option that lets you split your bill with the other people on your plan, and customers who sign up can still get multi-line discounts. Each payer will get a link every month notifying them of what they owe. The account holder, though, is ultimately responsible for any unpaid balances. Finally, when Apple's new operating system arrives in April, News Plus subscribers will see a new food section, and there will be plenty to chew on, including tens of thousands of recipes. Apple says it will also include stories about healthy eating and even restaurants. A full menu, you might say. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay, let's get going. Can everybody see that?
Like, to check your desktop first before sharing your screen.
That is not the, oh, no. I don't know how that got in there. No, that,
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Okay, everybody get out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Sore throat got your tongue? Mucinex Insta-Sue Sore Throat Medicated Drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts. That's my baby! Try our new sugar-free cough drop. Insta-Soothe!
With 12 grams of protein in every serving, Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal is there for active mornings, friendly competition, and big moves. Quaker, bring out the good.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh. So when I was waking up this morning, I could hear the wind howling.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yes.
Is it going to keep?
It's going to be crazier. It's going to be crazier over the next couple days.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my
but it's
gosh.
making our temperatures warmer. It felt
I feel like
fantastic outside this weekend.
Agreed.
If I do say so myself. We're going to have more of that. But yeah, more of the wind gusts. First, let's take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. I went with a forecast high of 44 in Pasco on Friday and a verified at 41. So that means that the jackpot, it was at 0, unfortunately, on Friday morning, but it's now up to $25. So for today, I'm going with a forecast high of 56 in Pasco. So if it verifies between 53 to 59, the jackpot's going to go up to $50. If not, then all $25 could be yours. It's not the best jackpot, but it is something. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's currently on your screen. Okay, now what's on your screen are those mild, it's still cold outside, but mild compared to what we saw just a couple weeks back. We're in the 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, near 40 in the lower Columbia Basin. The same thing for the Blue Foothills, and of course, a little bit colder up in the higher terrain of the Cascades and the Blues. Wind gusts starting to pick up out of the south and west, upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour in the Blues for this morning, and a little bit later today, the wind gusts going to be much stronger. So for today, we'll have highs up into the 40s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, 50s and 60s for the lower Columbia Basin and for the Blue Foothills. Rain and thunderstorms are looking likely for lower elevations for today, especially into the late afternoon to early evening in the Tri-Cities. That would be your best bet of needing the umbrella. But today's a first alert weather day, not because of the rain, not because of the snow, but because of the wind, specifically from 8 p.m. tonight to 12 p.m. tomorrow. For our Cascade passes, White Pass and Sadish Pass in particular, those winds could gust out of the southwest between 60 to 65 miles per hour. So with that in mind, I'll take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We'll touch on those wind gusts again. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour in legislature news, Washington state senators advanced a bill to support pilots who are disqualified from flying due to mental and neurological health reasons. Capitol correspondent Albert James shows us why pilots say there's been a huge barrier in getting necessary care and how an almost catastrophic situation brought the issue to light.
They keep us all moving around, and we want to make sure that they are healthy and safe as they do that work.
Senate Bill 5396 would ensure paid family and medical leave benefits are given to pilots, air traffic controllers, and other employees who are waiting to be medically recertified by the Federal Aviation Administration. Under federal law, pilots and other staff with certain health conditions are disqualified from work unless they go through a process to be reinstated. Pilots have said that recertification process is arduous, often taking nearly 2 years, and going that long without work is costly.
The unfortunate reality is that the vast majority of pilots do not choose the path toward mental wellness. Why? Financial loss and financial uncertainty are the main reasons my colleagues do not take the necessary steps.
Prime sponsor Mark Elias, a Democrat from Snohomish County, said he wanted to take action after a terrifying incident in 2023. An off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot struggling with mental health issues allegedly tried to shut off the engines of a jet as it was flying from Everett to San Francisco.
What was clear in the aftermath is that the pilot himself lost his career, is deeply regretful of what happened, and has raised awareness of the challenges for our pilots to access necessary care.
The state fiscal analysis projects the bill will result in increases for paid family and medical leave premiums. Airlines previously expressed concerns over some of the compensation requirements, but the legislation was amended to accommodate their own leave programs. In the end, all members of the Labor and Commerce Committee in attendance Friday supported the bill moving forward.
I think it's a well-worked bill, and I know that people have the various groups have worked very diligently and very hard to try and find some common ground where they could come together, and I think they've achieved that. So I will be supporting the bill today. Thank you.
The bill now goes to the Senate Ways and Means Committee, which has until next Friday to consider the proposal and whether to move it to the full Senate. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
5:34 now, and people seeking to recall Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis have started circulating petitions. They're being placed at several locations and businesses across the county. The recall process was started by several Yakima County Republican Party precinct officers in response to a criminal case involving the coroner. It led to him being charged with official misconduct, tampering with evidence, and making a false or misleading statement to a public servant.
It's really important for us to be able to hold our elected officials accountable, and this is that method. We've had a lot of people reach out how frustrated they are with what has happened, and this is your opportunity to do that.
They now have up to 6 months to get 13,500 signatures from people registered to vote in Yakima County before the process can move forward. Well, it is your chance to help name a local park. The Hermiston Parks and Rec Department wants to hear from you on your best ideas for the Cimarron Recreation Area right now. It has wetlands and an unpaved trail system, but there are future plans for a playground and recreation area. They got a $300,000 grant to make that a reality, and so now they just need to decide on what to call it. If you have an idea for a name, you can find the story on our website, Apple Valley News Now, and there is a link that you can submit your name there, and the deadline for all of that is next week. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Thinking about booking your next vacation but don't have the cash up front? Well, buy now, pay later options let you split the cost over time, but they do come with some risks. Before you finance your next trip, Consumer Reports has some recommendations to help you avoid costly surprises. That story's coming up.
But first, Josh will have what you can expect for your weather forecast as you go throughout the day today. Keep it here. He'll have that right when we come back.
Kraken, Blues, pregame at 4:30 Tuesday on Apple Valley News Now.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Our business is changing lives through the power of work. I work out here to help customers with donations, greet them and thank them, and that's what I do. I got 2 Spirit Awards of recognitions. When I retire here, I will say goodbye to the store and they will honor me probably and might put a nice plaque on the wall that I worked for many years. I like it here. I'm in a better place at Goodwill. I really like the administration here, so that's excellent for me.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, March 20th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers?
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. You've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 for $399 a month for $36, or buy with 1.9% for $36, only at your local Ford dealer.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
GMA this week. The Oscar countdown is on. The stars, the style, all the inside buzz on Hollywood's biggest night.
We are on the road to the Oscars.
Plus, Kate Hudson, Chelsea Handler, Vanna White and her son Nico, and Guy Fieri on
Good morning, America!
Carolina,
is giving damsel in distress energy.
What's going on?
She takes him away for the rest of the day.
I did not grab him.
Are you gonna go talk to Grant? Because that would be crazy.
I guess I'm crazy and evil.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the wind gusts that we'll see specifically from 8 p.m. tonight to 12 p.m. tomorrow. But even for today, the wind gusts are going to be pretty strong. Gusting, this is going to say southeast. These are going to say different directions up here, but just know that all these wind gusts for today are going to come out of the south and west. So gusting out of the south and west upwards of 50 miles per hour in the Cascades. And the valley walls in the Kittitas Valley going to shield that valley in particular from the wind gusts, at least for today. But in the Yakima Valley, given that it's a wider valley, not as much protection from the valley walls. So those winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 30 miles per hour. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, these winds gusting upwards of 40 miles per hour. And again, this is not going to be the peak time frame for the strongest wind gusts. That's going to be from tonight through the overnight hours into tomorrow up until around lunchtime. Then in the Blue Foothills, these highs getting up around 60 for today. These winds gusting also out of the south and west upwards of about 40 miles per hour. And of course, we'll have rain and we'll have snow, we'll have thunderstorms in the forecast for today. But I wanted to touch on what is going to happen to our rainfall deficits and surpluses, or excuse me, what happened to them over the weekend, as this is what we had heading into the storm system. This is what we have on the tail end of storm system number 1. We saw about 1 to 8, I know that's a weird range, but 1 to 8% improvements to our overall rainfall situation. We'll have more improvements with more rainfall on the way. I'll tell you how much coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, if you're thinking about booking your next vacation but don't have that cash up front, not to worry, because many travel sites offer buy now, pay later options, which allows you to split that cost over time. Now, it might seem like a great deal, but experts say these loans can come with risks, especially when it comes to unexpected trip cancellations or refunds. Today's Consumer Reports has some important advice before you sign on the dotted line.
Planning, it's very important.
Daniel Iraeta says he's traveled to many countries over the years, but there's one experience he's never had, a cruise. Recently, while planning his trip, he came across buy now, pay later loan options.
I think it will be something that I will look into to be able to make this happen, which I really look forward to.
More than 95 million Americans used buy now, pay later loans in 2023. While these loans cover a variety of purchases, travel is one of the fastest growing categories, offering quick approvals, no hard credit checks, and easy installment payments. But Consumer Reports Lisa Gill warns that these loans aren't always smooth sailing.
Unlike credit cards, buy now, pay later loans don't always come with the same consumer protections. If your trip is delayed or canceled, sometimes getting a refund can be a nightmare, leaving travelers stuck making payments for a vacation they never took.
And then there's the fine print. While BNPL do offer interest-free payments, typically split into 4 installments over 2 months. Others also include conventional loans with interest rates as high as 36%. So make sure you know exactly what you're signing up for.
Some consumers end up with unexpected fees or sky-high interest rates, turning what seemed like a good deal into a costly purchase.
And if your trip gets canceled, you may still be on the hook for payments. If this happens to you, reach out to the buy now, pay later lender with proof that your refund is underway and ask to pause payments until it's resolved. Because when it comes to travel, things don't always go as expected.
You make plans, they do not go as planned, but it's always interesting and it's, adventures. I call it adventures.
This is Jaima Crespo.
Now, if possible, you can use a credit card to book your travel. Depending on your credit score, many offer interest-free periods and provide stronger consumer protections, including easier refunds and dispute resolution. Another option is setting money aside in advance to avoid debt altogether. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And Josh will be back with your full first alert forecast. Keep it right here.
I'm in pursuit. He's never gonna make it.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Go after it, Gregory. I'll catch up.
Because we help protect your dreams.
Good to see everything's okay in here.
I like your shield.
I like yours too. Hold down the fort, little man.
Bye, Cap.
American Family Insurance and see Captain America Brave New World.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers, try the Mount Adams, or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. Mmm. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clay Room was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a lot of weather to talk about, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, by 8 this morning, snow showers will return to the Cascades. Rain returns to the Blues. By 10 this morning, snow turns more likely in the Cascades. Shower chances start for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. Then by lunchtime, rain chances turn likely in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. We'll stay like this through 2 p.m. Then by 4 p.m., rain chances turn likely for the Lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, with chances of thunder snow in the mountains and thunderstorms for lower elevations. Then by 6 p.m., we'll start to transition back to snow in the Blues. For 8 p.m., much drier for lower elevations, with chances of thunderstorms and thunder snow going down across the map. And then after 10 p.m. this evening, rain chances grow likely again in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley. So that's the way it's going to be through the morning on Tuesday. And then really after 10 a.m. on Tuesday, that's when we'll turn mostly dry again in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. Then come time for the late afternoon, early evening for Tuesday, snow chances finally go down significantly in the Cascades. And then after 10 p.m., that's when we'll finally completely dry out across the map. All right, so we'll talk about a number of variables, a number of forecast variables that we'll see over the next 48 hours, starting off with the winds gusting with ferocity out of the south and west, upwards of 60, 70 miles per hour in the Cascades, also pretty strong in the Blues as well. But look at the Lower Columbia Basin, look at the Tri-Cities, look at Yakima, gust upwards of 40, 50 miles per hour. And that peak time frame will be from 8 p.m. this evening to 12 p.m. on Tuesday. But outside of that time frame, the winds are going to be pretty blustery as well. Here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting really over the next 24 to 36 hours. 4 to 6 inches of snow for a Cascade Pass is probably less than an inch for most of our Blue Mountain passes. And then in terms of rainfall over the same time frame, maybe another 1.5 inches up in the Cascades, maybe another 1/2 inch in the Blues. And remember, there's that flood warning in place for the Umatilla River near Gibbon. We'll continue to watch how those levels fluctuate, but we are expecting things to go below flood flood stage as we head into this afternoon. And then after Tuesday, our forecast looking much drier. There is another storm system into Saturday and Sunday. Winds could maybe be an issue with that one again, but in general, that storm system not looking nearly as wet as some of the storm systems we're dealing with currently. High temperatures staying about 5 to 10 degrees above average over the next 7 days. Is a 7-day forecast in the Tri-Cities. Rain and storms likely today, drier but stronger winds Tuesday, then much calmer for the rest of the week. In Yakima, rain likely today, rain less likely tomorrow with wind gusts ramping up, then dry and mild for the rest of the work week. Then in Ellensburg, rain likely today, a 50-50 chance of rain on Tuesday with stronger winds, then calmer for the rest of the week. In Hermiston, rain and thunderstorms likely today, drier but gustier tomorrow, then a less active stretch for Wednesday and beyond. Then in Walla Walla, rain likely today, less likely but windier tomorrow, then mild and dry for the rest of the work week.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:50 time for your morning sprint and your top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Sunnyside police are asking the public to avoid the area of South 13th Street because of ongoing police activity. We don't have any details on what this police activity is, but they do tell us that additional information will be released. Once we know what's going on, we'll of course let you know.
And travelers heading westbound on I-82 near Sela should prepare for potential delays over the next 2 weeks. The lane had been shut down ever since a semi-truck crashed into the side of the bridge last month, but crews began repairing the damages Friday night. There will be a short detour on a Sela road for drivers headed to Sela or Ellensburg.
Well, whooping cough has been confirmed at an area high school. The Kittitas County Public Health Department is working closely with Ellensburg High School to address it. We've learned that the case is associated with the school's cheer team. So to help stop the spread, the department is recommending all cheerleaders and associated staff get tested. They also say those affected should contact their healthcare provider for a PCR test.
The Hermiston Parks and Rec Department wants to hear your best ideas on a name for the Cimarron Recreation Area. The area has wetlands and an unpaved trail system, but there are plans to add a playground and rec area, and they have a $300,000 grant to make that a reality, but they need help on deciding what to call it. If you have an idea for a name, head to our website for that link to submit the name, and the deadline is this week.
In your sports news this morning, Seattle Kraken lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning in last night's game. Final score 4-1 Lightning, but the boys beat the Florida Panthers 2-1 in Saturday's game. Next up for the Kraken, they play St. Louis Blues tomorrow at 5 in Missouri.
Now to your national headlines this morning. Almost all full-time USAID employees are on paid administrative leave after 2,000 layoffs yesterday. But now other federal workers face a new deadline at 8:59 p.m. tonight. An email from the Office of Personnel Management gives them until then to explain the work they did last week, and the Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, State, and Energy are telling workers not to reply, but Elon Musk has said he'll interpret not responding as resignation. Several unions are vowing to take legal action. And President Trump names conservative talk show host Dan Beningo as a deputy director of the FBI. He'll work alongside newly confirmed FBI Director Kash Patel, and the deputy director position does not need Senate confirmation. Bongino is a former Secret Service agent, and he was highly critical of the Secret Service after there were 2 assassination attempts against President Trump during his run for the White House last year.
5:52 in your business headlines this morning. Surging egg prices across the U.S. are starting to hit bakeries. The egg shortage is tied to the bird flu virus, which infected flocks across the country. Some bakeries say they are now paying more than double the price from a year ago. Another factor making business tough for bakeries is the sky-high price of cocoa. All right, take a look at this. The U.S. Postal Service will soon honor a legendary entertainer with her very own stamp, Betty White. She passed away more than 3 years ago, just weeks shy of her 100th birthday. Now the Postal Service releasing a stamp next month honoring the late actress and comedian. The Betty White tribute will be the new forever stamp.
In your health headlines, Pope Francis is still hospitalized in critical condition after being diagnosed with pneumonia and being admitted last week. The Vatican says he's in pain and received blood transfusions to treat anemia. However, Pope Francis also continues to be alert. He did not deliver the weekly Angelus prayer for only the 3rd time in his almost 12-year-long papacy, and he's expected to remain in the hospital for at least all of this week. And a listeria outbreak linked to frozen supplemental shakes has killed at least 11 people. The FDA says the products were sold under the brand names Cisco Imperial and Lions Ready Care, and they have been recalled. They were distributed to places like hospitals and long-term care facilities across 21 states, and the CDC says the outbreak includes cases dating back to 2018.
In your sports headlines this morning, the New York Yankees rule banning their players from having beards is no longer in effect. I didn't even know there was one. The team has scrapped the rule, amending its facial hair policy to allow well-groomed beards. The strict facial hair rule has been in place since the 1970s. The team had generally required players to be clean-shaven when in uniform, but mustaches were allowed. New rules. All right, take a look at this newly released video showing thieves breaking into an NBA player's house. The break-in happened last November. Take a look at your screen. You can see 3 men outside Milwaukee Bucks forward Bobby Portis Jr.'s house in Wisconsin. We're told that they're a part of a group of 7 Chilean men that federal prosecutors are charging for targeting professional athletes. They're accused of carrying out similar crimes at the homes of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and other athletes.
All right, trending this morning, fans of Rihanna, myself, have been waiting for new music for nearly a decade, but we might not have to wait too much longer.
Well.
Finally.
In an interview published over the weekend, the singer and business mogul spoke about her next album, saying she just cracked the code on what I really want to do for my next body of work.
She acknowledged that she said similar things in the past when teasing her music, but she says she wants to make sure her next album has been worth the wait, and it better be. And while she stopped short of providing a time frame for when that wait might finally be over, the Work singer did give fans insight into what this project will sound like.
So she said, quote, I know it's not going to be anything that anybody expects, and it's not going to be commercial or radio digestible. It's going to be where my artistry deserves to be right now. I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Well, Riri has been absent from the music spotlight since her 8th album, Auntie, came out in 2016.
Yeah, she of course has stayed busy building her Fenty fashion and beauty empire, along with starting a family with her partner A$AP Rocky, who was just recently found not guilty on all charges in his felony assault trial. We were just talking about Rihanna's music the other day, me and my daughter in the car.
Yeah, we need some Fenty music.
Yes.
So finally, I've loved all her previous albums, so I'm excited. You know, she always does good, and it sounds like it's going to be different.
Auntie would have been a good one to end on, though, so the stakes are like very high for her to not mess that up.
And it sounds like she's taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
I love when
She
people
is.
ask her about, you know, when her album's coming out. She just gets really irritated and just says it like it is.
She had
so
a
funny to watch.
husband, she got a baby before new music.
Yeah. Let her be.
Yeah.
We'll
She's
get it when we get it. All right, 5:57, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A family unable to return home this morning after their house goes up in flames. What we know about the fire so far.
And plus, we go over the big winners from the Screen Actors Guild Awards. It's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
So much. We have rain and snow and thunderstorms and wind gusts.
Oh
and
my.
First alert weather day. Oh my, that's right. All in the forecast. And I'll have more on all of that coming up at 6.